Boy, do I have a special video for y'all. A full interview, as a matter of fact, with Shelbo Jacobs, the man who is currently engaged with Pokimane. There's a lot going on here from the time he moved from Texas all the way to California in hopes of meeting Pokimane. There's a lot of public doubt that is surrounding this. But on top of that, he's also bought wedding rings for Pokimane. He already announced an engagement and they're like at the late stages of planning their marriage. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot to unpack. And that's why we have Shelbo Jacobs here in order to fill in the gaps for us. So I had several people talk to me about this interview coming up and they were like, so are you going to try to convince him that he's being scammed or he's wrong about Pokimane? That's not really the point. I'm not in any position to do that. Like, there's been many people that has spoken to Shelbo Jacobs, maybe through YouTube comments or through live streams, and they told him what I would have told him probably, and they would just fall flat. It wouldn't faze him at all. It wouldn't sway his opinion on the whole situation. The interview wasn't mainly about that. I would just be repeating what other people say, and I would just hear the same responses from Shelbo. With that said, the purpose of the interview was mainly to figure out where he's coming from and his thoughts and feelings on the whole situation, as well as him filling gaps on some events that have happened in the past month or two. Because if you've seen on my YouTube video, I have covered his stories a couple times, like twice, but they were very long videos. It was a lot to unpack. So now we have Shelbo here today. Hopefully y'all enjoy this. And with that said, let's get this interview on the road. Can I call you Shelby, Shelbo? Which would you rather prefer me address you as?
Shelbo.
Shelbo. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Shelbo, thank you so much for being here with me tonight. Thank you so much for taking the time of day to, being a part of this interview. Just to answer some questions that I have for you. How have you been, first of all? Like, how are you feeling right now? Feeling good?
I'm feeling great right now. It's a lot going for me right now.
Especially with the whole situation with like Pokimane and you guys are getting to like the late stages of marriage and everything.
Yes. But I
Yeah.
got some news about that as well. Mm.
Oh, okay. Okay, and when are we gonna hear this news? Like the next day, like tomorrow, or?
Oh, I'm gonna say it on this interview.
Hey, nice.
You
Okay,
got the
y'all.
exclusive.
Okay, nice. We'll definitely get to that at the end. I'm pretty sure that's something to look forward to for sure. But now, let's get to the very beginning. And first, I want to start with you. So tell me, introduce yourself. Like, let us know what you're all about. What your background? Like, how did you get into like content creation? Like, how did you get there?
So it began in 2017. It's when
Mm-hmm.
Shelbo99 first began.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I created the channel. Didn't make any content until September 28th of 2018. That's
Okay.
when I made my first introduction to the channel. I already had an idea of what content I was going to be making was about technology.
Yes. Okay, so that's the Shelbo99 on YouTube. I saw the bio, it was like all about technology. I remember, if I recall, there's another channel that you also have, like the sleep stream. Like, can you tell me a little more about that and how that came to be?
Um, yeah, it's a pretty simple channel. Just me sleeping at night, and people can watch along with me. Um,
And I'm pretty sure, well, of course, sleep is always important. So I kind of saw
yes,
that. I
yes,
was like, oh yeah, definitely. You always need your sleep, right? I could definitely
yes,
use
you
some.
do.
Lord knows I need some hours. I need to catch up on that for sure. Okay. And then on top of that, like I know you've been on content creation. You said you made your channel since like 2017, but you made your introduction in 2018. Now, where did at one point in time did you first talk to Pokimane? Like, was that something that were you first watching her and then she caught up with you? Like, how did that go exactly?
So basically, it's To be honest, it started off with Rachel. It started off with Valkyrie.
Okay,
Um,
all right.
yes, I started watching her channel first,
Oh, that's
and then
interesting.
it.
Okay.
Yes, yes. I started watching her first, and she slowly started introducing her, basically her teammates and her
Mm-hmm.
friends, and basically Iman caught my eye,
Okay.
and I've been watching her ever since. And it's definitely because I was attracted to her. Um,
Mm.
but I can definitely tell you this about Iman.
Mm-hmm.
She was definitely a wild girl when I was first watching her,
Right.
doing anything and everything. And she's been in a lot of controversy over the years.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean,
yeah,
Twitch,
pretty much.
Twitch TV be a wild place. Like, I can understand when it comes to content creation, you can get a little creative. Around the time you said you spoke to Valkyrie first, and you met Pokimane through Valkyrie, correct?
Well, I wasn't speaking to Rachel, but I was watching her content.
You was watching her
And
content. Okay.
yeah, I was watching her content, watching her live streams, and then I was introduced to Pokimane and her friends, and
And
I've been
okay.
watching them ever since. And she's told me she's watched mine for a long time, um, but didn't say anything. Um, but I want to say this moving forward.
Yeah.
See, from 3 years ago when she was making her content, I was very interested in what she was making and the games she was playing, especially Among Us and Valorant,
Her as in
especially Valorant.
Pokimane.
Yes.
Okay.
So moving forward to last year, which was October 26th, 2024,
Yeah.
it's the day we first started talking. We actually started talking.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
DM'd me
And on what platform did Pokimane DM you in?
on Twitter.
On Twitter first. Okay.
Yeah.
And then from Twitter, from what I can recollect, it went from Twitter to Telegram just for the sake of like privacy between the both of you, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Got it. Got it. Now, when you first was talking to Pokimane, were you looking for like a relationship on like online specifically, or was this something like unexpected? You didn't plan this; it just so happened you found love.
No, I didn't plan it whatsoever. I didn't know she was gonna DM me.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that whatsoever. And I was quite surprised. But I'm glad she did. And we've been in love and talking ever since.
Oh,
But I do like to talk about the backstory about that.
okay.
Um, I was pursuing Iman for a long time, ever since I saw her channel.
Okay.
And basically I've been, saying things on Twitter. She And to be honest, she kind of called me out about it, but she wasn't actually calling me out. She was just saying what everybody else was saying about the situation that happened. And people took it as, well, he's being weird, he's stalking her and things like that. But what she was
Right.
actually saying was what everybody else was saying about the situation. That now banned account that's on Twitter is her account. That's what she DM'd me from. Everyone kept calling it catfishing.
Yeah.
And basically, people didn't realize it was her account because it wasn't verified. And she kind of said that. She said, I won't be, messaging people on my unverified account. But if people actually watch the account, does anybody realize what she said on there? This is the only place that I can come to interact with my fans.
Okay. So from what I understanding, she had an alternative account on Twitter where she would have a place to interact with her fans, but more like on a low profile is what I'm getting at.
Yes.
Ah.
So what she called it was her top fans.
Her top what? I'm sorry.
top fans.
Top fans. Okay, got it.
So this is what she was telling me.
Hmm.
Um, we talked on Telegram, and her manager contacted me through Telegram as well.
This
Not
is
going to give
around
his
like
name or anything.
around October
Yes, in October
last
when
year.
we first started talking,
Mm-hmm.
and he told me, I'm her manager, and I need you to pay $1,500 to talk to her and do it. You can do whatever you want after you pay the $1,500 to fill out the form. Basically, to protect her.
Right. So there was basically like a paywall in order to speak to her through that platform, that alternative account.
Not the alternative account on Telegram.
Oh, I mean Telegram. Right.
Yes, on Telegram.
Okay.
And I'm not rich by any means. I'll be honest, I'm on Social Security. And
Mm.
I was working on a low end job at the time, basically making $11 an hour, getting about $500 every 2 weeks for part time, which is not bad for part time, to be honest.
Uh huh.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I paid the $1,500, and
Mm.
she basically said we was free to do whatever we want. But
Okay.
here's the thing:
Mm-hmm.
we couldn't meet up. For the life of us, we couldn't meet up.
We were going in just, hey, we could do whatever we want. We just can't meet up personally under any circumstances.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
and there
Okay.
was yeah, and there was reasons why, and I kind of got tired of everyone bringing that up, just saying, "Why don't
Mm-hmm.
you guys meet? Why don't you guys FaceTime?" Believe me, don't think I haven't brought it up.
Yeah.
So I did say all that, and and she kept saying her management kept saying we couldn't do it. I said,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Um, so
And
getting introduced, uh-huh.
oh no, mainly I was just about to ask because I know there was like a little bit of like a paywall to speak with Pokimane via Telegram. Was there like any verification that like say the manager of Pokimane provided that hey this is like the real deal, or Pokimane provided that hey this may be her, like maybe like a voice message or a video, like was there any verification from their end?
Yeah, I knew it was her based off her mannerisms, because
Okay.
she's the exact same on stream as she is when she talks to people,
Mm.
talks to her friends. And
Okay.
in my case, her boyfriend. I was her boyfriend. I'm her boyfriend, and now her husband. Through what they call it.
Like long distance relationships, like online relationships.
Yeah, sort of like that,
All
but
right.
it's called something else. I
Uh.
can't think of it right now. But it's like if you know each other for a certain amount of time,
Mm-hmm.
you could say that you're married. Um, but I can't think of it right now. But all I
Interesting.
know is
Okay.
we we said that, and now we're going to have an online wedding.
Yes, I did hear about the remote valves, or that didn't fall through. So you're going on like another, you're going through another method right now.
Yes, an online wedding.
Okay.
Which is not too expensive for what you get. It's like about $300 for it. You get your marriage license, you get an officiant, you get two witnesses, and pretty much you're good to go.
Okay. All right. Well, before I even get to that, before I get to that, I do want to ask because I do understand like it's October, right? You're already talking with Pokimane. You're speaking with her. Y'all could talk about anything you want. Was there anything in that conversation that let you know like this was like a real relationship that was going on between the both of you? Like, was it like you just hit it off immediately, or was it something like you gradually started to build up to a relationship?
Okay, let me talk back about that.
Yeah.
So when we first met on Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
and she started following me through that account. Um, she DM'd me, uh, again, asked me to about being her top fan, about me following her for the amount of time that she's been streaming,
Mm.
and she asked me for initial $70 deposit.
Yes, yes,
She
you
was
did speak on that. Yeah, continue.
Yes, I was very suspicious of that, and I blocked the account.
All right.
I didn't know who she was, and I assumed she was just like they
Mhm.
said was some scammer, just asking for money.
Right, understandable. If any stranger comes up to you and says, "Hey, I'm such and such. I actually need some of this money. Can you help me out?" Yeah, it's gonna come off a little bit suspicious. Yeah, of course.
Yes, it did, and this is the long story short of that. She was just testing me to see how I would react because
Oh.
at first she was saying, "Okay, I'm going to give you my cash app so you can give it to me," and these were scam accounts, and they basically were no good.
Yeah.
And eventually we kept talking, and I told her, I said, basically, get your stuff together. You know, you're asking me for money, but if you don't have your things together, how can I give it to you?
Mm-hmm.
So eventually we get it together. I give her the $70
Yeah.
through PayPal, which went through.
And this was after you unblocked her and you were like, "Let's just give this like a second chance."
Yes.
Yeah.
And she heard about what I was saying on Twitter and everything.
Okay.
And she heard that I asked about her coming to my birthday party. So this is like October 26th, like before my birthday, which is October 31st. And she asked me about it.
Mm.
She said,
Your birthday's on
yeah,
Halloween.
yes,
Awesome.
yes, it
Awesome.
is.
Okay.
Yeah, so she asked me about it. She said, I heard you want me to come to your birthday party. I said, yes, I do. And she said, well, you're gonna have to fly me out and buy my security and everything to make sure
Oh.
everything's okay.
Okay,
I said,
that's
that's
very
fine.
interesting. That's an interesting request. Like, hey, I want to see you on your birthday, but you got to pay for these following things. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I wasn't opposed to it.
Mm.
And she said the flight was like $900, and which is first class.
First
So
class,
I didn't blame.
$900 from California to Texas.
Yes.
Mm.
So I didn't blame her for that. And then we talked about the security, which was a total of 3,000 something dollars that she told me about.
Okay, that's a tab. That's a
Yeah.
tab to pay for a birthday. It's
Well,
like,
I eventually did pay for it though.
okay, so
So
you paid that, yeah.
I gave her manager the 1,500, and then I gave her 5,000 after that, just for being my girlfriend.
So 1,500 to the manager, 5,000 to Pokimane.
Yes.
Okay, and this is
Um.
all around like your birthday.
No, over a span of a few months.
Oh, it's been a few months. Okay, got it. Just making sure. I'm like, giving out 5,000 on your birthday is crazy.
No.
I was like, whoo, okay, dang,
Yeah.
okay. No,
Oh, I
but
don't have it like that.
right, right. We don't have 5,000 to just spend just like that. But I will ask though. Now that you were around this time, you're in a relationship with Pokimane. Did you keep this like a secret? Was this something that you let say your friends or your family know about? Like, what was that like?
I did let them know about it.
Did they know
This
about
is,
who Pokimane was, or was it something like, okay, let me tell you who Pokimane is exactly, and you had to Google her
that,
name and show them?
yeah, that's what I did. I introduced my mother to her.
Mm.
I introduced my mother to her. I let her know this is who she is. This is her streaming. That's who I'm dating. And she kept
Gotcha.
saying, I don't think you are. I don't think you know her. Yeah. And she failed to realize that I've been talking to her all this time, and she's still
Oh.
saying it. Yeah, she's still saying it's not her, and she's
Really?
not the only
Okay.
one saying it.
There's
My
other
entire
friends.
family is saying that.
Ah, okay.
In fact, my family stopped talking to me over it. Yeah, they don't believe me, and they was mostly looking like, well, why is she helping you out? Why is she
Mm-hmm.
giving you this? Why is she giving you that? Look, she gave me $3,000, just about $3,000 to help me with my bills. So it's not that she haven't given me anything.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, she gave me a job.
And that job was being the I was actually going to touch on this later on, being a financial advisor for her channel, her content creation
Uh, well, yes, for a company,
for her company, right? Okay, and
and
then
and she, uh-huh,
no, continue.
and yeah, she paid me in Jan. This was back in January when I first started.
And was that around this in January? Was it the same month that you went to California?
No, I went to California in February.
Oh, February.
Yes,
Gotcha.
for the Grammy.
Okay, gotcha. Because I do want to touch on that like next because I do know you went to California. Like that's a very big step that you're taking in the relationship. But I have to ask, was this something that you, let's say, was this something that you wanted to surprise Pokimane? Like, or was this something that both of you planned when it comes to you moving to California? Who brought it up first? Like, guide me through there.
So I did let her know about it. I did let her know that I was coming, and she was gonna let me know if she could have a +1 or not. Um,
Okay.
I'll be honest, I found out a lot of information from her podcast, on the Sweet and Sour podcast, and she announced that she couldn't have a +1.
That's interesting. Okay.
And and I gotta be honest, she's even announced that she's had other boyfriends while she was dating me.
Okay. Yeah, I did hear you mention that time and time again that she's had a few boyfriends here and there. But I do want to touch base a little bit on your move a little bit. Like, do you still have your home in Texas, or did you just
Um, well, I did move out.
you moved out?
Yes, I moved out. I'm in California right now.
You're in California, and I remember when I was watching the video, I remember you was walking down the street. You're like, "Hey y'all, you know I'm in California," and then you show like a little bit of like a clip of like a home that you were like checking out, and I was like, "Oh, he actually found a pretty nice apartment for himself." And then it cut to the same video. You cut into like being, I think it wasn't a shelter, but it was like a hospital. And you mentioned like, you know, you were homeless and you were raising money for like homelessness, like a charity, a foundation. And you also disclosed to your audience that you forgot a backpack on the bus in California. Like, can you break down to me the first day of you coming to California?
Yeah, so I got on the plane in Houston, had very little money. In fact, I asked for help for it to get to the airport. It was
Okay.
about $15 to take an Uber. And I got to the airport. I needed a few dollars to get the plane ticket.
Yeah.
So I had to ask for the help with that as well from another friend. It's about $6 that I needed. They helped me out.
All right.
Yeah. So I got the ticket and caught the plane. In fact, it was kind of a rush job because I didn't have long to get to the plane. It was about $439 because it was kind of short notice. And I got to California back to LAX. Um, got off the plane, didn't know where I was going.
Yeah.
Um, all I know is she didn't meet me at the airport, and I was wondering where she was.
Right.
So I caught an Uber, where she cheated me.
Cheated
Uh,
you how? Like it was planned that she was gonna cover like your expenses on like the Ubers and moving in, and she didn't, or
oh, not that. I mean, the Uber driver cheated me.
oh, the Uber driver cheated you. Oh, okay, okay, oh, making
Yeah,
sure.
I caught an Uber, and he took me to Jack in the Box. It was like right down the street.
What?
Yeah, and he charged me like $35.
Oh, that is crazy.
Yeah, it is. Because normally when you catch an Uber, you pay in the app, right? And it
Yeah,
gives you a set amount.
yeah.
He was already sitting there, and I shouldn't have got in. But that's how it is at LAX, though.
Or any airports, yeah, they be trying to hustle,
Yeah, they do.
trying to charge a pretty penny. Okay, so we can continue on. So yeah, you mentioned you was in the Uber. They kind of cheated you and everything, took you to the wrong address, and what happened then after that?
Um, so I was kind of learning California,
Of course.
and I found out about Metro. So that's what I was catching.
Mm-hmm.
Take me around town and everything.
California must be beautiful, by the
Um,
way.
yeah, it is. It
Yeah,
is.
I seen your videos, man. I'm like, oh, California looks pretty great, man. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, it is. But I was wondering, I kept saying, I said, "Where are you, babe? Where are you?"
Yeah, right, exactly.
And she was already at the Grammys.
I did hear about the Grammy situation. Like she wasn't like she couldn't bring you over, mainly because like security between the both of you. Correct, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I don't exactly know what happened with that, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, I was wondering why she didn't come and get me and everything. So, long story short, I ended up homeless
Mm-hmm.
because I couldn't move in with her. I didn't know her address. I still don't know her address.
Mm-hmm.
So I just started wandering around. I went to the apartment
Mm-hmm.
to see if I can get one, but LA is very expensive.
Right, of
So
course, yeah.
even a studio apartment is over $2,000.
Dang, New York City is like the same thing. I completely get it. A studio for 2,000, that's tough. That's really tough.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
and
then
what's
yeah.
the killing part is even if it is cheap, they still ask for 2.5 times the rent. Or in this case, the place I was trying to get 35 times the rent. So they want you to have like
Oh
eight
yeah.
dollars in your account.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
eight
Yeah.
thousand in your account just to get a $2,000 apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't find an apartment. I couldn't get an apartment. So
Mm-mm.
I just wandered around for days without taking a shower, without doing anything. I couldn't do anything. I was still talking to her, of course, trying to figure out where she was
Mm-hmm.
and how come she wouldn't let me in. Um, so eventually I started going to hospitals and especially at night, so we have to sit outside at night. And I did this for a while. And that's kind of why I'm in the hospital right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I still have no housing. But good news, they found me a recuperative care, so I'm going to go there
Okay.
to
All
get some
right.
treatment.
All right. That's good.
So
That's
I'll
good.
be,
All right.
yeah, yeah,
All
I'll
right.
be
That's
there
good.
for
That's
some
good.
treatment.
Progress. Progress.
Afterwards, afterwards, then I might be going back to Houston. It all depends. We will see.
Okay.
Or I might move in with Iman. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm still talking to her about it. We will see.
And about the backpack situation that same day, I know you must have felt distraught because in that backpack you also had a ring for Pokimane. that you
Yes, I
left on
did.
the bus. Yeah, and it also had your personal belongings. Well, like I can only imagine how you felt. Can you guide me through that, like that bus ride, like how that came to be?
So I was riding the 120. I was
Yeah.
just riding and riding. It was nighttime. And somehow I just left the backpack on the bus, got off the bus, forgot I had it on, and got off. I got off at the stop, and I got to be honest, it was a rough neighborhood, and I had no idea it was.
Yeah.
So I got off. This lady was parked there. All of a sudden, these two guys just showed up trying to steal her car. I'm booking it, trying to,
What?
getting out of the situation, trying to make sure they didn't see me.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
All right.
it was
Yeah.
pretty rough. It was pretty rough.
Yeah. That is scary. It's like you don't want to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Yikes.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
Whew.
And I've been into a lot of situations like that in California. A lot of rough neighborhoods.
Okay. Yeah, and it's good to know you're safe, by the way,
Yeah.
because that was mainly my concern with that whole situation. Because when I was making the videos and I was just talking about the situation, I didn't really understand exactly what was going on. I didn't know how you just ended up just being homeless, or what exactly your situation was. But it was very good to know that despite the circumstances that come to be, you're still managing. And I was like, okay, as long as he's safe, if he's posting videos, he must be okay for the most part.
Yeah.
Oh man, like you took us for a ride, Shelbo. You really did.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely want to tell people about the situation, tell people the story. Um, because
But
like I
yeah,
said, I mean I've been trying to raise money for the homeless for a while now since I was on Twitch.
yeah,
Um, too bad that's gone now, but
yes.
it's okay. It's okay. So moving forward, me and Amon finally made things public. She definitely had her way of saying it.
Yeah.
Um, she since created a new account on Twitter called Pokimane99. It's pretty much a play on words of both of our usernames.
Pokebo99,
Uh-huh.
and that name is on Twitter.
Yes, it is. She's following me. I'm following her.
Okay.
Yep. We're the only one following each other.
Okay, this is new. Okay, we're gonna get to that, but after your situation when you were first like at a hospital when you first arrived in California, um, I do want to point out things were kind of looking up for you. Like you went into, I was actually learning about this whole thing, how you got into temporary housing. Can you explain a little bit about that? About how you got the temporary housing, and then the day that you had to leave that house. Like, what happened there?
So what happened with that is the hospital that I was at, it was searching for me a place to stay.
Yeah.
And the place was basically called a transitional housing.
Yes, transitional housing. Yes, that was the word. I keep calling temporary, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be temporary.
Yeah, it can be temporary, but I know transitional is the usually the word that they say. Yeah, that was interesting to me.
So yes, I got into that, and the guy came and picked me up from the hospital. It was a long drive. It was like over an hour, well over an
Okay.
hour drive. And we finally got there. Nice house.
Yeah,
Really
it
nice
was
house.
it was really nice. Yeah, I saw my yeah.
And you live with a few other guys and you pay a certain amount a month. It was 700 a month, which was very inexpensive for California.
Yeah.
And let's just say things took a really bad turn. everyone in the house was against me, basically. I
Okay,
didn't
that's not
exactly
good.
know the reason. Yeah, I didn't exactly know the reason why. I wasn't doing anything to anyone. I wasn't saying anything to anyone. But all I was basically doing was watching Iman, just watching her videos, watching her podcasts, watching her
Yeah,
live streams, as usual, and
yeah.
staying to myself. But everyone seemed to have an issue with me, and they kept telling the landlord about it, and not too long after, they ended up kicking me out because they said I was talking to myself. Basically schizophrenia.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I got diagnosed with schizophrenia in 2020. And basically schizophrenia and psychosis. So schizophrenia, if people don't know, is hearing of voices.
Yeah.
And psychosis is seeing things that other people don't see.
Ah, okay. Got it. Got it. Yeah.
So that's what people kept calling me. They kept calling me schizo. They kept
Right,
calling me
and
this.
that's unnecessary. Right, right.
Yeah,
There's a little bit
yeah,
of like a stigma there for sure.
yeah, especially calling me delusional and things like that. And I'm not necessarily trying to call people out, but this is my thing. Back when I was streaming a while back, I was talking to Gator.
Raffle
So,
Gator.
yes, Gator.
Raffle Gator. Okay.
And I asked him to introduce me to Iman. And eventually, after a while, he just stopped talking to me. I had no clue the reason why he stopped talking to me. And I'll be honest, I was on Instagram. Rachel had opened up her DMs to me. She kind of invited me in. Pokimane Ben did it, and most of her friends have done it. They've opened up their DMs to me. But here's the thing about it: they weren't saying anything back. That's the thing about it.
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
kind of
that.
strange to me. Um, and it was kind of a one-way conversation. So moving forward, I I'm glad that we have met,
Yeah.
officially met, and it's officially talking. We never collabed yet. We still haven't done that.
Yeah,
That's another thing that I had paid for.
we're still long overdue for a collab, the most anticipated collab.
Yes. So unfortunately, I don't have my computer anymore. Um, and to be honest, my cell phone's kind of turned off right now as well. But basically using the hospital's Wi-Fi right now. And this is basically why I was trying to raise money to basically do what I needed to do. And everyone just kept saying, "Well, ask Pokimane."
Yeah, I've definitely seen that in the live streams. Yeah.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Like I said, I told her not to give me any money. I basically told her I will take care of you, and I've been doing that. Um, that's why she trusts me, and I'll be honest, she deeply trusts me
Yeah.
because we created another channel on Telegram, basically for our intimate time. And I've said this on another podcast.
Yeah.
Um, every 26th of the month, we do something for each other. I'm not going to get into detail about it because it's
Right.
kind of
Of course.
graphic, but we basically call it our intimate time.
Yeah.
Despite us not being, physically together, we were basically digitally together,
Yes.
and we did things for each other to say that we love each other.
Yeah.
People kept questioning whether or not that it was her or not. I had no doubt about that, and I don't know what that was about. Why people were so concerned about that? Why people was wondering? Because I guess they're probably looking at why would she talk to you?
Right. Of all people, why would she talk to you? Right. From their perspective, yeah, it's very easy for them to say that.
Yeah. So here's my thing, and I think a lot of people did this on purpose. They kept talking about what's on when I was on Twitch, and I was making some money from Twitch. I'll be honest.
Right.
It wasn't a lot of money, but I was making something from it.
Something to nothing.
And,
Right. Yeah. You
yeah,
take what
and
you
I
can
was
get in that situation. Yeah.
yeah, and I was kind of relying on that money. And everybody kept saying, we're gonna report you, we're gonna report you. And I guess they did. Because they eventually messaged me saying, oh, we have to then definitely suspend your account for extreme harassment.
Yes.
I'm like, I wasn't harassing anyone.
Right.
But that's what people were saying. People were saying I was harassing Pokimane. You don't know her. You don't know her. They're catfishing you,
It's
whoever. She's some
catfishing or
Indian.
yeah.
Yeah, it's an Indian dude that you're talking to. Yeah, all
Yeah,
that.
all that. It's like there's a dude in India and he's just trying to scam you. Yeah, like but I do want to touch on this real quick because I know you mentioned, you're harassing Pokimane on Twitch or on Twitter, as they say. And I've noticed when I saw your Twitter account, there were tags of Pokimane, but there were also like conversations or screenshots that you've had when you had conversations, and it wasn't even with just Pokimane. There was someone that they said they were, or at least they claim to be extra Emily, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken. Yeah,
yes, that was extra Emily.
like what was that conversation about with extra Emily? Because that was really random.
Oh. Yeah, she told me a lot. It was basically about her wild adventures that
Okay,
she's done. She's not talking to me anymore, but
okay.
um yeah, it kind of didn't last too long, but she was talking to me for a little bit. And there's a reason why. It's because she didn't want to upset Iman. Because this is the thing. Iman has told me this several times that she's only wanted me dating her, and she didn't want me to meet any other girl. So she would get upset at me if I say, "Well, can I date someone else? Can I talk to someone else?" She's like, "No, no, I don't want you talking to anyone else."
Right. Oh, of
And
course.
we kind of argue about that today, and
Okay.
that's kind of the surprise I want to get into. And I've said this on Twitter. So I'm dating Iman. I'm dating Valkyrie. I'm dating Arya.
Okay.
I'm dating Lily Pichu. And even it's Sunpai. We're all dating.
Okay. And
And now I finally uh-huh.
no,
Now I finally think of
mhm.
the now I finally think of the word is common law marriage. We're all married by common law.
Oh wow.
But
Okay.
yes, but Iman told me she wants an official wedding, so that's what I'm doing. Um, we're getting our official marriage license and everything, and kind of moving the wedding date to next month, April 26th, which is again our anniversary, every 26th of the month. We haven't set a time yet or anything. We're still filling things out to get our marriage license.
Oh
I'm waiting
wow.
her on
Okay.
her to do that. But we are all married.
Okay. So basically, it's gonna be, it's not even just Pokimane. There's going to be several other girls that you're marrying, like Valkyrie included. So you're basically gonna have four wives, if I'm not mistaken, 4 or 5 wives for yourself.
Oh, I forgot. I almost forgot Sydney as well.
Oh yeah, yeah, Sydney. So I guess that makes five. If I miscounted that.
Yes, it's five.
Is 5. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha. Because I did notice when I saw your Twitter, there were a lot of these, these content creators' names that you were dropping, like Valkyrie, Sydney, and I was just there. I was like, where did all these girls come from? But then you mentioned that you first spoke with Valkyrie first before you even spoke to Pokimane, or you were watching Valkyrie first. So now it kind of like makes sense how Valkyrie got into the picture. Now I do want to talk to you about the clip that everyone is referring to when it comes to Pokimane, I think, speaking on this particular situation. I saw the video myself. She didn't address you by name, but she did mention the situation. She did say like, "Oh, there's this person that's tagged me in these things, and they're kind of weird. It's kind of makes me uncomfortable." And I believe I spoke with my team, and we believe that he's getting catfished or something like that. Have you seen this video? Because I remember I was watching your Twitch, and everyone was like, "Yeah, it's on Clippy TV. It's on Clippy TV. You should watch it." Have you seen the video yet?
Yes, I saw it, and I asked her about that.
Okay.
I said, "Is it true? That's what you said." She said, "Yep, it's true. That is what I said."
Okay. And do you believe she was referring to you?
Yes, she was.
Okay.
That's exactly the situation. I did
Okay.
move over here by airplane and became homeless.
And since Pokimane confirmed that, yeah, I did talk about us, and yes, I was referring to you, and not to mention she did say like the things that you were doing like on Twitter was making her uncomfortable, like the public tagging and everything like that. Like, how did you feel personally about that, especially after Pokimane confirmed it through the conversation you had with her?
She's not uncomfortable. She's just saying that publicly, probably did make her uncomfortable at times.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I have no idea because we weren't talking at the time. But
Mm.
as far as right now, uh, she's not uncomfortable with me. She's very comfortable with me. She's
Okay.
comfortable with telling me different things, and like I said, um, I don't know if I should say or not, but we've seen each other naked. I don't know if there's kids in the room,
No, there's no kids. No kids at all. It's just the both
but
of us, man. No, it's no problem. But continue, continue.
but yeah, we've seen each other naked. We've done that every anniversary. We basically love each other,
Okay.
and now I can say the same for the rest of the girls, including Lily Pichu. And I know that's surprising because everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Well, she's with Michael. She's with Michael." Well, she's with me now.
Interesting. And I do want, and speaking of love and everything, I do recall sometime on March 7th, you did announce that you was, officially engaged with Pokimane. You made the announcement. I think you also mentioned that you was going out to like buy like a ring for her finally. Like, can you take me through that?
Yes, I've been trying to get that together for a long time now. I did get a ring from the pawn shop, but that got lost. It was about 75 bucks. It wasn't much, but it was something that I wanted to give to her. Um, since then, we've been trying to get rings. We've been trying to get everything together. And I asked each girl, I said, "What ring do you want?" So I went on Amazon to
Mm.
find different rings, and they each told me what ring they wanted. Of course, and mine was the most expensive one that she could find.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't mind it though. But
And she was supposed to meet up with you. I think there was a time that she was supposed to meet up with you while you were shopping or picking up the ring. I'm not sure either or, but she was supposed to meet up with you at one point. No.
yes, I went to the Galleria Mall, the Tyler Galleria Mall, and that's when I went to go look for the ring. I did put a video out about that,
Yeah.
looking for the ring, and I already knew what ring I was getting because I found it online. Uh, but it hadn't shipped to the store yet. So I already bought it and was just waiting. But it took so long for it to get to the store. But Unfortunately, no one's able to pick it up, so I
Mm.
had to return the ring,
Oh
and mine
wow.
just didn't show up because of inventory issues.
Yeah.
So later on, I went and bought her a necklace. She told me to return it, so that's what I did.
It
But I
was the
did post
sapphire
about it.
heart necklace, right? That one?
Yes, it was.
Gotcha.
She told me to return it, so that's what I did.
Mm.
Um, so moving forward to now, we're all engaged. We're all happy. We are all getting ready to get married officially. So what we've decided to do, and I'm announcing it here,
Mm.
each month going forward, we're getting married. So
Each month
next
going
month will
forward.
be Iman, another month will be Lily, another month will be Sydney, another month will be Rachel, another
Ah,
month,
going down the
like
list.
that would be Aria. Yeah, going down the line.
Okay.
Another another month would be Senpai.
Wow, that's gonna be a while. So basically, what's it's March, so that's until like like August basically. You would go
Yeah.
through five. You're right. Okay.
And we'll do exactly like we've been doing. I'll pay for it each month,
Mm.
and we'll set a date and everything. So it's about $300 each time. It's an online wedding. We'll get official documents and everything every time. That's basically what we're
Gotcha.
gonna do.
Yeah, that's a lot of documents you're gonna be going through for the next couple few months. Oh man,
Yeah,
that's a lot. That's a lot, Shelbo.
yeah.
Okay. Now, what else? I had something on my mind for a while, and it was been on my mind was there was a time that you was arrested. There was a video that you posted, and you're like, "Hey y'all, I'm getting arrested. They called the police on me. I have nowhere else to go." Like, what exactly happened there? Like, where were you when they were calling the police?
Yeah, I was in another hospital, basically trying to get treatment for my diabetes.
Right, and it was
And
you posted at like at 4 o'clock in the morning.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they would not take care of my diabetes there. And they basically kept telling me, "Oh, we can't take care of your chronic issue here."
Mm.
And I wouldn't leave because I told them, I said, "Why are you releasing me? I have nowhere to go, and you're releasing me at 4 o'clock in the morning."
Right, and I don't, and they haven't even seen you to address the issue.
Right. So they're just like, "Well, you can't stay here. You've been, released. So I'm gonna have to call the police."
That makes no sense to me. They didn't see you, but they're releasing you. That's the first time I've ever heard that. I'm really sorry you had to go through that. Let alone the fact
Yeah,
that they called the police on you, like just
yeah,
because.
yeah, yeah. Basically,
Huh.
so the police comes. I go with them. They bring me to this mental health hospital,
Mm.
which is another thing that everybody kept talking about. You need to go to a mental health facility. You need to get help.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
Yeah, this isn't this. Yeah, that's not the case. No.
yeah, it's not.
But then I think after you got put into like a hospital just to stay for the night, just to have a roof over your head and everything, there was a post that I saw after that situation, and you made a post with the caption saying, "I'm starting to believe my audience." So this is something that really caught my attention. So from what I understand, there were two accounts where one was Iman Anez and the other was Pokimane LOL on Telegram. Like, guide me through that on what raised your suspicions that something was off and you started waving a red flag here.
So here's the thing about it. I just said that to everyone.
Yeah.
I already knew it's her, but I just said that to everyone just just to say it.
Yeah, just to say
They
it.
believe, yeah, because they believe that, and I played right into it. I played
Okay,
into the bit.
okay. And so
Yeah,
basically, yeah, because I know Iman, there's Iman Anez. She was, I think you guys were having like a little bit, not a, not a full blown argument, but you guys were going a little bit back and forth, saying like, "Hey, like, when are you gonna see me?" and everything. And then you had Pokimane LOL. Like, you had two different accounts posted in that one post on Twitter.
Yes, one is on Zangy, and
Uh,
one is on Telegram.
Zangy. Yes, I'm familiar with Zangy. Yes. Okay, got it.
Yes, so we're talking on
Mmm.
both platforms.
Gotcha. That makes sense now. Okay. I was wondering. I was like, wait. So is it two Pokimane accounts talking to you on Telegram? So that makes sense. Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it.
Yeah,
And then you did also mention somewhere around that time. It was after that post. You posted a paycheck, and this raised my eyebrows a little bit. It was a paycheck of 9,500 dollars, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah.
And then
I shouldn't
yeah,
have done that. I shouldn't have done that because um I thought it was something wrong with the check,
yeah,
and I assumed that I could do that and just say, "Oh, it needs to be fixed. Something wrong with it." It's a legit check,
it's a legit check.
and yeah, it is. And I made a mistake by posting that. That's why I deleted it. I was hoping nobody had saw that. And
Oh, okay,
yeah, here's the issue with e-checks. You
yeah.
can't use them anywhere.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, wait, like, what's going on with this check? Why is it posted on social media, first of all, and everything? But I think on the same post you were mentioning like it was bad or something, it bounced or something like that. And then in the comment section, I saw that they gave you instructions on how to deposit that check into your account.
So here's the thing about that.
Yeah,
I did all that. I did
yeah.
all that, and it closed my accounts.
Closed as in like the bank was reporting like fraudulence or suspicions or
Yeah, that's what they were doing.
oh
And
okay.
that's what also made me think it wasn't real, because they kept doing that. And I went to every bank that I could find, and they would not let me deposit it.
Okay. Yeah, right. Okay.
So moving forward with that, eventually the apartment I used to live at with my mother eventually said, okay, we accept e-checks.
Mm.
So I put the account number, the routing number, and everything, which took me a while to figure out how to do that
Mm.
because I don't exactly deal with checks a lot.
Yeah.
So remember, I was putting out saying my mother needed help paying like a $600 water bill. That's basically what it was.
Yeah.
And I paid it with the check.
Okay.
Yeah, and I paid for next month's rent as well. The check is good.
Gotcha. Yeah, the check is good. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. The money's good.
All right. All right. Well,
But
I mean, at least you were able to help out your mom. I mean, I'm sorry to hear that your mom kind of went through a little bit of like a financial strain there, but I'm happy to know that things are now like resolved on her end.
yes, it is.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Um,
good.
but the thing is, like I said, you can't use that check anywhere because people don't take e-checks anymore.
That is interesting. I haven't dealt with checks in a very long time. I can't remember the last time I was dealing with a check. It was probably years ago. Probably about like
That's,
2017 was like the last paper check that I had to handle before I just did everything electronically, like deposited to my bank. Um,
that's yeah.
yeah.
But that's basically
No.
what I was telling her. I
Mm-hmm.
said, I said, instead of you giving me an e-check, I said, why aren't you just depositing it into my account?
Yeah, like
And I
directly.
could have,
There's Zelle, of course. Zelle is a thing and everything.
yeah,
So that's so weird. Yeah.
yeah. There's basically a lot of things happening behind the scenes. She did
Yeah.
announce that she's going to start hiring people, but she's already hired me.
Okay. She's expanding her team.
And
I see.
yes, she's expanding.
Okay.
She hasn't necessarily announced everything about it, but she did say when she was in France.
Mm.
Uh,
I do
Yeah.
want to bring up something real quick. This was kind of a little bit. It's relative to the check situation that you had going on. There was also a video that you posted on YouTube where, and I think Twitter as well, where you mentioned. So, correct me if I'm wrong. It was like some sort of ultimatum where you wanted Pokimane to send you $25 million. Like, how did that conversation come about? Like, can you walk me through that on how that came to be?
She said it to me.
She said it to you.
Yeah, she said it to me. She basically said, "I'll give you $25 million."
Right, because when I saw that, I was like, $25 million is. I mean, first of all, that is Shelbo. That's a shit ton of money.
I know.
It's like to get $25 million like overnight. Like I can guarantee we wouldn't be able to sleep that night.
No.
Like, oh my god, we have so much money. I did look up Pokimane's net worth, and I
Uh-huh.
saw that Pokimane, I think at least as of 2023, her net worth was $25 million. Now,
Yes.
yeah, right. So of course, $25 million net worth doesn't always mean liquid cash. It doesn't. It could be investments. It could be a lot of things. So I was thinking maybe that's where the $25 million came in, but I'm not sure what the conversation looked like. But yeah, you can go ahead and continue because I saw that and I was like, that's very weird.
Yeah. I mean, she just said that. She didn't actually give me the 25 million.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Basically, she just mentioned it. She was playing around.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. So it's all just fun and games for the most part.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. And then shortly after that, you've been streaming a lot of your stuff.
Yeah.
Again, you took us for a ride with what was going on with like yourself and Pokimane and when you're gonna meet her, when we're gonna have this collab, when we're gonna have this marriage. But then your Twitch got banned out of
Yeah. Pretty
nowhere.
much.
So
Yep.
let's talk a little bit more about that now. So yes, your Twitch got banned, and how did you find out that your Twitch account was banned?
Someone told me about it in their DM, in my DMs.
Okay,
And when they told me that, I was like, no way. I'm like, and I checked it. Then it said, oh yeah, you're pretty much indefinitely suspended for extreme harassment. But all I know is that people on Twitch kept saying we're gonna report you. And that's probably what it was. People mass reporting.
mass reporting, right? And then now you're on YouTube, and you're not. Did you make an appeal on Twitch, by the way, or
I did.
you did? And what was the result of that, or have they gotten back to you, or
Yes, they said as a result you will remain banned or remain suspended.
suspended? And they didn't even specify how long the suspension was.
Not exactly.
Not exactly. Got it. They probably do that sometimes for reasons unknown. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then now ever since then you've been posting videos on YouTube, and now there's a little bit more activity on YouTube now because now I saw you've been posting videos on your sleep stream or your sleep channel like at 1 o'clock
Yeah.
in the afternoon.
Yeah. I tried to keep a schedule 1 p.m. PST,
Yeah.
at
Okay.
least Monday through Friday, but I haven't been doing it lately. Because I'm kind of taking a break.
No, of course. I mean, you got a lot going on, of course. I can only imagine. And are
Yeah,
we? Yeah.
I'm basically still on Twitter right now and everything. And I'm also doing fan interactions every Saturday at 1 p.m. PST as well on Discord.
On Discord. Right. Okay. Cool, cool, cool.
I call it community spotlights.
Community spotlight. Okay.
Yeah.
And in this community spotlight, basically you're just talking with members, just having casual chat.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Every
Nothing too
Saturday at
crazy.
1
Yeah.
p.m. PST. Yeah, nothing. Nothing
Okay.
like that. I allow 10 people in to come chat, basically talk to me every Saturday. And I record it.
You record it, right? And now you're starting your journey as like a content creator, trying to, or at least not starting your journey, but now trying to get into the flow of like producing content, which is something you've always wanted to do.
Yes, I've been doing it for a while now, especially
Yeah.
with tech. But nobody was really watching, or at least it was taking off for a while, then it just stopped. I'm not exactly sure what happened,
Hmm.
but I kept telling YouTube about it,
That's interesting. Okay.
and they would do nothing about it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's a funny story about that. Well, it's not so funny, but I looked at it like, what is going on with my engagement?
Yeah.
And I kept saying I should have had more followers than this. And I was doing this thing called internet celebrity.
Internet celebrity.
Yes, it's on my Twitter.
Okay.
I did a few videos.
All right, gotcha, gotcha.
So,
I'm gonna check in on that. Can you give me a little bit of like a description, or like describe to me what that's all about, or like,
so I basically did a few videos on Twitter
huh?
of people that had 1 million followers and up.
Mm.
So I did one on Pokimane, I did one on Valkyrie, and I did one on myself. There's a reason I did one on myself. It's because there was this data mine that I found through vidIQ
Oh,
that I
okay.
had
Yeah, I'm
2
familiar with
million.
IQ. Yeah.
Yeah, vidIQ would tell a person how many followers that a person has,
Yeah.
and it data mined. It said I had 2.2 million subscribers, and this is before I deleted the original channel.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Yeah,
At 2.2
pretty much.
million, it's like where? Okay, where is the 2.2 million?
That's what I said. That's what I
Okay.
said. I told YouTube there was something wrong, and they would not do anything about it. And I was only making $13 a month at the time with it, with my YouTube. And I'll be honest, I don't know why I restarted.
Yeah.
I don't know why I started over again. And I was trying to recover it, and I couldn't because for some reason it was no longer a brand account, and I made it a brand account.
That's that is very interesting. And this is you
Yeah,
said this through vidIQ.
yes, through vidIQ.
vidIQ. Yeah, I'm familiar with that platform. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, as far as like your community goes, because I know you're at a point in time with your content where now it's kind of more. I guess we can, and correct me if I'm wrong. It's more community focused now,
Yes,
because
it is.
you're
Yes.
yeah, because it's an IRL stream, but you're still talking with people. You're just having a regular casual chat for the most part. That's really all it is. Now,
Yes.
I want to have you. I want to give you this stage. I mean, I have already, but now the question is that for there are people out there, that strongly believe that whoever you are dating or you claim to date is not real.
Yeah.
If you have the opportunity right now to tell these people anything, what would it be?
Go to hell.
That's fair. That is absolutely fair. Like, this is something I expect. It's like, hey, you got the stage. Like, take advantage. But now I want to ask you this. If say you're dating you're dating Pokimane and everything.
Uh-huh.
What would it take for you to have this suspicion that, hey, there's something off about this relationship, or at least something doesn't feel genuine about this? Like, what would it take for that to happen?
Um, I don't know because I mean everything about it has been real so far.
Okay.
I mean her concerns, things she's been telling me,
Now,
everything. Excuse me,
no, go
everything
ahead.
like that. It's been on the up and up. I mean she feels the
Okay.
way she feels sometimes, and she's definitely expressed that to me.
Now, if you can, now for better terms, if you could give me like a percentage of, say, like, hey, this what we have going on right now, this feels real, versus maybe she's not who she says she is. Like, what's the percentage between the two? Is it like a 50-50? Is it 80-20? Like, what does that look like?
Well, I'll put it to you this way. It's pretty much 100% on Telegram and maybe 50% on Thangy.
100% Telegram, 50% Zangy. Got it. Okay. Well, let's backtrack on all of this. Overlooking everything that you went through from the moment you spoke with Pokimane to where you are now. Like the move, the highs and lows of it all. How do you feel now after everything?
I feel amazing. I mean, it's been a great ride through the ups and downs, through every single month that we've been together. I definitely say I love you every morning and good morning, babe. I say that every morning now. Um, I've been saying it for a while, and in fact, I've been telling her I love her. Uh, Watching her Twitch channel, I've been saying in her Twitch chat. And to be honest with you, I asked Ari out too in her chat.
And
She
then
said no
yeah,
though, but
she said, "Yikes!"
yeah, she said no. I changed
But
her mind though.
yeah, right, exactly. Her mind was eventually changed. But was there any now in this journey? Was there any point in time that you felt that you was feeling misunderstood, or you felt like you was being taken advantage of? Like, was there any point in time that you felt that way, even at the slightest?
Um, yeah, I did. That's what I was saying about Zangy. Um, she was kind of saying some things on there that kind of threw up some red flags. She even
Yeah.
said some things on Telegram also about her not knowing these girls that I wanted to talk to. Because I mentioned to her, I said, well, I want to talk to Rachel. I want to talk to Aria. She kept saying, well, it's not them. It's not them. I said,
Really?
and she kept saying, I don't know them and things like that. I said, why are you saying that? I said, of course you know them. And I
Yeah.
kind of got upset about that. I'm like, why aren't you introducing me? And eventually they introduced themselves to me. And we've been talking ever since. And been having a great time.
Alrighty. All right. Now, kind of looking more on the outside of things, because we all, you and I could both agree that online dating is a thing. It's 2025, right?
Yeah.
Everybody got phones. Everyone is connected more than ever. We all have options both in real life and online.
Yeah.
With that said, do you know? Do you feel that there are people out there like you that are just dating someone, they haven't met the person yet, but they're still pursuing that love? Like, do you feel like you're not the only one going through this?
No, of course not.
No. Okay.
But I want them to know that if you're dating a celebrity that's pretty well known, they they are busy people. So you got to keep that in mind. They're not going to always be able to be around, and just know if the person loves you, they're going to talk to you. When they have time and everything like that. So don't fault them too much for not being around too much because of their situation. But also voice your opinion about it as well. Let them
Of
know,
course.
at least you give me a little bit more time if you can. Uh, just talking.
Yeah.
And if you can meet up with them, more power to you.
Right. Right. I like how you broke that down. Like, you still kind of have to, you have to respect their time, but you still have to defend yourself. Like, you are a person with needs too, and you need to speak on that too. And I was actually going to ask you a question relative to that. Like, oh, what advice would you give to someone that is in the same position as you? And I appreciate you answering that. No, with all that said, if Pokimane was watching this interview like right now, what would
Uh-huh.
you want her to know?
I love her. that I love her very much, and I appreciate the time that she's given me, all the opinions that she's given me, things she's told me, and basically all the intimate times that we've shared with each other.
Mm.
Even the personal videos she's given me and photos. I appreciate everything she's done. Just her being my girlfriend and now my wife. Even though we fought sometime, even though we've broken up a few times,
Mm.
because of the things she's said and done, but we've always gotten back together, despite of everything.
Mm.
And I basically give her virtual hugs, virtual kisses every single day.
And now, with that said, what is next for Shelbo and Pokimane?
We are getting married and we're settling down.
All
Um,
right.
basically, like I said, it's between me and the five girls that I'm dating.
Mm-hmm.
We're all together. We all agree on what we want to do. And I play around with each and every one of them. We
Yeah.
have a great time. Um, we talk every day. So it's been fun. It's been great.
Okay. That's good. I mean that's good to hear. I mean I love a happy relationship as long as things are good. You know, that's music to my ears. You know.
Yeah.
But no, Shelbo, thank you so much for your time in this interview and clearing things up, informing the audience as well. They got to hear your side of the story, plus filling in a few details and gaps. I think that was greatly appreciated that you took the time of day to do that. You come off as very supportive, and you want what's best for your partner, but at the same time you kind of speak for yourself and you kind of defend yourself a little bit. And I've seen that through all of your content, and it's been consistent, really more than anything else. And you've been very supportive on top of that too, especially with like Pokimane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And by the way, one thing: have I have to ask? Have you tried Pokimane's cookies?
Yes, I have.
You
I
had
made
her
a video about
cookies.
it.
Really?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes, I have. They're good.
Because I did remember she had a little bit of a controversy. I have to look it up because it's been a while. But I did remember she had a little bit of a controversy with like the cookies and I guess with how expensive they are and everything. Something with the ingredients. I don't know. But I was wondering. I was like, wait, if you're dating Pokimane, has he had her cookies? So I had to ask. I had to ask. I saw it had like 40% less sugar. I'm like, man, that's not for me. If I'm eating cookies, I want all the sugar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're gonna treat yourself, treat yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I have had them. I bought me a box. It comes with 4 pack. It's a 4 pack.
It's a
That's
four
why
pack.
it's so
Okay.
expensive. It's not just one pack, so you're buying a bulk of them. That's why it was $26 or something like that.
Yeah, it was like
Um,
that price. Yeah, people made a whole stink about it because it was like really expensive, and they were saying like, oh, you
yeah,
could get the same thing from Costco for like less than half the price, something like that. Yeah.
yeah. I did give her advice about it. I guess she took it to heart and she made a single pack on Amazon, so you can buy it there as well. Uh,
Oh.
it's much cheaper there.
Okay. Okay. And Shelbo, I hope Pokimane be giving you like some deep discounts. I hope she's giving you some freebies on top of that because I'm over here. I'm like, man, Shelbo, listen. I'm on the website and Pokimane just slid 10% off. It popped up on my website. She better be giving you a deeper discount. I would only hope. But
Yeah.
yeah. But anyways,
So
yeah.
I bought her merch as well, so I'm waiting on that as well.
Okay, cool, cool. Well, Shelbo, thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure. I will be watching and looking forward to more of like your content. But until then, stay up. That's all I can say. I'm glad you're okay. I'm looking forward to more news on the relationship, and hopefully you find some grounding as well. Like, your safety and your health matters most, and I always watching your stuff and making sure, like, hopefully he's okay. I know he's at the hospital with his situation with the diabetes, so as long as you're okay, that's a good thing. But please take care of yourself, man. That's what matters most.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. But other than that, that is about it. Thank you so much, Shelbo. Take care.
All right. Thank you.